All right, it's well known that Queen Elizabeth II loved flowers. She delighted in always having flowers around her, and one of her favorite pastimes was spending time in the gardens of the Balmoral estate in Scotland. Here to explain the significance of the many flowers surrounding the Queen, Jill Brook, editor of flowerpowerdaily.com. Jill, nice to have you back on Good Day New York.
Lovely. We're blooming today.
Obviously. And you know, I didn't realize as I'm reading and getting ready for your segment, the significance and how she loved her flowers. Let's start with the one on the left, because Jill had to go crazy looking to find some of these flowers.
Because her beloved Balmoral in Scotland, you could have the sweet peats there, but it was hard to get here, but I did. And anyway, in the language of flowers, this represents departures and goodbyes. So she also wanted dahlias, which signifies a connection between people. And of course, roses, which is the flower of love. And the phlox was an interesting choice because it's reminiscent of Queen Victoria. And as we know, Queen Elizabeth reigned for 70 years and Queen Victoria for 63. And in the language of flowers, phlox means sweet dreams, which of course is what we hope for Queen Elizabeth.
Well, first of all, these are gorgeous. I've never seen these before. Are these difficult to get as well?
No, and they grow right now in my garden.
Seriously,
yes,
what are these called again?
Phlox.
Phlox.
They're happy flowers.
Amazing. Sunflowers. I did not know the significance of sunflowers.
Well, it was the most requested flower from people who were paying their respects to the Queen. And you saw just bouquets of them, you know, draped all along. And the significance of it is fascinating because most people may not know that they're native to North America. And then it got exported around the world, becoming the Ukraine national flower.
Right.
And it's not a surprise why this is significant, because if you think about it, there may be darkness in the middle, but the petals point towards the sun. So it is always a symbol of hope, possibility, and a better future.
Beautiful. Now, I didn't realize, but they actually have some of the flowers from her wedding bouquet as part of the funeral procession?
Yes, well, dating back to Queen Victoria, myrtle was always used in the wedding bouquet. So what we see in the funeral flowers, not the wreath for the procession.
Right.
But in the funeral flowers, they did use myrtle, but they also, if you think about it, purple is the color of royalty. So we saw so many pinks and purple shades and deep burgundies in the roses. There was sedum, there was also scabiosa, and we had the English oak, and of course, the myrtle.
The myrtle. Now, myrtle is hard to get in this neck of the woods, right?
Yes, but you know, I think that gardens teach you so many things about life, and certain things grow and certain things don't, and you just appreciate what does. And that is why each country has such cultural connections to different flowers. But I think that this was very strategic of King Charles, because also in that particular wreath, it was made of moss and branches. He purposely did not use any foam, which is something that a lot of people are talking about now.
Why don't you use that?
Well, because it's not biodegradable, and we didn't know that before. And if you think about it, let's talk about King Charles and his devotion to flowers. And he was a proponent of sustainable and organic farming way before it was cool. And I think that this connection could help him with the younger generation moving forward, because he insisted in only sustainable flowers in the particular procession. And in fact, aside from obviously Westminster just smelling divine with all the lilies that were there, but his favorite flower is the delphinium.
The delphinium. I've seen the delphinium around here, like in our neck of the woods, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it represents joy and remembrance, and of course we all are going to always remember Queen Elizabeth.
So was Queen Elizabeth, I mean, did she go out and actually garden? I know that she loved her flowers and she had her favorites, but was she out there with the clippers?
Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley.
Yes, well, you know, absolutely, because on Flower Power Daily we once did a story, because, you know, this is a woman like Queen Victoria, who was the goddess of flowers, who made a point of not discussing her emotions. So therefore she could use flowers as an instrument to say things. So there was a day when people people question, oh, you can't do that anymore, you're too old for that, that she actually was out there with a shovel gardening to say that a love of gardening is a lifelong passion that you can enjoy always. She was always a role model for flowers, and she will be missed.
Wow. Sorry,
But we have King Charles, and he is a flower lover, as is many other family members.
Which is right up your alley as the editor of flowerpowerdaily.com. Tell us about that website.
Well, we look at how flowers intersect in news stories, pop culture, art, design, food, wellness, and psychology. Because people may think that flowers are decorative, but they have so many symbolic meanings, and they teach you so many lessons about life.
I need to know more about flowers. I do. I love them. I love the aroma. It puts, a smile on my face. But yet, I don't even know. What's the name of these again?
These are phlox.
Phlox. Okay. I'm going to have to remember that. Jill, Brooke, thank you so much. flowerpowerdaily.com. Appreciate it.